Girls do not have to spend that much money on clothing or accessories. Why, you might ask? Because the face is the outfit.
This isn't TikTok ready, so it's not gonna get views if I post a video looking like this.
Because it's like some people don't understand that being considered ugly or like fat and so on really decides whether or not you're treated good or bad.
Where you at,
Pretty
Berto?
privilege is real, and TikTok proves it.
Okay, so pretty privilege.
I just saw a video that said pretty privilege is so real because you can be as weird as you want, but if you're hot, you're still gonna get invited places and you're not gonna be a weird girl. You're still gonna be hot.
I'm bored. Tell me what's the furthest pretty privilege has taken you.
Pretty privilege is such a real thing. Why? Because pretty girls do not have to spend that much money on clothing or accessories. Why, you might ask? Because the face is the outfit. When you're pretty, no one's looking at your fucking outfit. Let's be so fucking for real. They're looking at your face. Because you're pretty.
Pretty privilege is so intriguing to me because as long as you're attractive, basically any of your bad traits can be seen as a good thing.
So weird though, you can be as weird as you want.
I mean, this is for men and women, honestly. Like, things that girls will find cringe in guys, if they're attracted to you, they'll pass on it. You know what I'm saying? They'll be like, oh, that's actually kind of cute. It's unique. They'll find a different word. It'll go from cringe to unique real quick if they find you attractive. But I don't think this is a bad thing, bro. Anybody that's bitching and complaining about pretty privilege or handsome privilege, whatever you want to call it, honestly, bro, you know, you're coping. You know what I'm saying? You're making excuses on why you shouldn't improve on yourself. At the end of the day, we're all born with disadvantages and advantages in different ways. You just got to find what works for you and lean into it.
It's completely overlooked. You're just hot. Like, how did that happen?
It's everywhere in TikTok right now, and honestly, it's not just some random trend. It's a real social thing that affects tons of people every single day. We'd like to think today that it's all about personality, talent, or what you create, right?
I mean, there's some truth to it. Because at the end of the day, like, look at somebody like that Marlon guy. Marlon, he's a streamer, right? I think, and a lot of people find him attractive. I'm sure he would have some level of success if it was just only about his looks. But I think the fact that he's entertaining, the fact that he's athletic, the fact that he's, you know, doing all these other things, that's what's also helping his career propel to another level. You know what I'm saying? And the only reason I feel like, you know, but then you look at somebody like, who's that other kid that people used to make fun of? Dabo. Everybody was saying he's chopped, but he's still funny. He's still entertaining. He's still doing what he's trying to do. So it's like, bro, anybody can get it. Anybody can get it. You just got to find what works for you. And if you were blessed with conventionally attractive looks, lean into it. Use it. If you were born like me, chop shit, hey, bro, you just gotta, you gotta work on yourself and find another way to get it. I did.
But nope, when it comes to social media, how you look still holds massive power. So today I want to dive into what pretty privilege actually means, how it plays out on TikTok, and why it's kind of harmful. Not just for people who don't fit into these narrow beauty standards, but even for those who do. So what is pretty privilege anyway? It's basically all the advantages people get just because they're considered attractive by society's standards, but, and it is really important, these standards are super narrow and honestly kind of exclusive. Especially on TikTok, pretty usually means fitting this Western Eurocentric ideal, like being tall, thin, white, flawless skin, basically the picture perfect look you see everywhere. And the crazy thing? People who fit that mode get treated way better. They get more likes, more followers, better job opportunities, sometimes even freebies, all because of their appearance. Meanwhile, people who don't fit that mode might be ignored or even face outright discrimination. And it's unfair, but unfortunately that's real. You've probably seen pretty privilege blowing up on TikTok. It's actually got over 150 million views. That's insane. It's out there in the open with creators sharing their real experiences. Like Medline Ford, a Canadian model who talks about how her looks have literally gotten her free meals, beauty products, and VIP treatment at events. But it's not all glam. Some creators have posted side-by-side videos showing how their social experiences changed dramatically after a physical makeover. Suddenly they were getting kindness, attention, opportunities they never had before. And it shows just how much your appearance can shape your whole social experience. And that's kind of wild, right? And now...
Juke said Berto was chopped in high school. Nigga was walking around looking dumb as fuck with sea sponge on his head. You know what's actually crazy though? That wasn't high school, bro. I'm pretty sure I had my hair bleached and dyed after high school. I was like I was probably like 18, 19, 20, maybe 21 rocking that. I was a grown-ass man doing that, man. You were blonde? Yeah, let me show y'all. I'm gonna play the video and I'm gonna find a picture for y'all when I had the blonde hair.
I want you to welcome the Calgary sisters. They're basically a blueprint of what a lot of people now call TikTok pretty. So their rise on social media is a perfect example of how the algorithm and audience attention often favor conventionally attractive faces, especially when they're paired with a Polish aesthetic and created lifestyle. Each sister started making TikToks on their own, but when they teamed up, their popularity just exploded. Their videos are mostly synchronized dances, fashion showcases, beauty routines, and lifestyle vlogs. They've got this flawless skin, symmetrical faces, and trendy outfits that fit perfectly into the TikTok pretty mode. And
yeah, this was 2021. I don't think I look too crazy though. I look bad? I don't think I look too crazy. That was 2021.
You come by the fucking door? Are you fucking serious? No!
Live streaming on Twitch, link in the description. Where you at, Berto?
And then my shit kind of started growing out a little bit. My shit started growing out in 2021. Come on, man. It wasn't too bad. Juke is just bullying me. Juke's a bully. Bully Juke in the chat. 2022, it started kind of, it was really on its end. It was about to get out. That's not what I was talking about. Oh, you weren't talking about my yellow hair? Oh, well. And then by 2023, that shit was all gone. My hair was longer though. Should I grow my hair back? My dreads were way longer in this. I cut a lot of my dreads out. Y'all think I need a haircut, but y'all like this hairstyle like now? I feel like I'm too old to be doing the hair all in my eyes. Like I gotta keep it at a certain level. I gotta keep it like at a certain level now. I don't know, bro. I wish I was conventionally attractive too, bro. But you know, I just had to find my own swag, bro.
TikTok's algorithm seems to love them for it, pushing their videos to millions of people.
What made you decide to cut your locks? I just started feeling like I was looking childish, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Like it was just, like I still have locks. Like my hair is still free-formed locks. But, you know, I just had to trim that shit. I need a haircut though. I'm look goddamn crusty as shit right now.
If you're done with your ex, move on to the next. If you're done with your ex.
Their content, fashion hauls, dance trends, beauty routines isn't super new or groundbreaking, but because they check TikTok pretty boxes, flawless skin, symmetrical features, styled hair, trendy outfits, they've been able to blow up really fast. And this is where pretty privilege really kicks in. It's not just about being good looking, it's about fitting into a very specific kind of beauty that TikTok loves to promote. And you often see comments on forums and Reddit threads wondering if their success is more about their appearance than the actual content. People aren't necessarily hating, it's just the part of a bigger question. Would they be as popular if they didn't look the way they do? When young people seeing these creators gaining huge followings because of how they look, it can suggest that changing your appearance is the key to success. On top of that, the Calgary sisters also come from a pretty privileged background. Their dad is a businessman and their mom is literally a fashion designer, so they've had access to professional styling, expensive clothes. And it's so important because pretty privilege isn't just about looks. It's all about having the resources to maintain and package those looks in a way that appeals to the platform.
I mean, this is cool and all, but it's just like, again, I really encourage y'all to stop comparing yourselves to others, bro. Like, there's going to be a billion people that get handouts and their problems are just going to be different in life. You know what I'm saying? They might have been born with money and fashion designer parents and business parents and they got all the money in the world, cool. But now they need to learn how to be a decent human being that's not a spoiled fucking brat. Okay? And then you might be born with nothing And you might be super talented and you know, maybe you're not as good looking, but you know what it means to work hard and appreciate the people around you and treat people with respect. So now you have a foundation of good morals and values, and now you got to figure out how to get that money on. And you know, we could sit here all day and debate about which one is better and which one's worse, but honestly, bro, it's all a blessing. It's all an opportunity. We all waking up and having the same 24. We got to get to it. So it's like, you really just got to stop comparing yourself to others. That's the big disadvantage that we all will have in life. Trying to look at somebody else's situation and thinking that that should be ours. Figure out your own world, figure out what works for you, and keep going.
Their coordinated outfits, glam vibes don't just happen by chance. They're part of a brand, one that's been shaped by both beauty and access. And they definitely have fans who adore them, especially for their fashion confidence and sister dynamic. But there's also some criticism. Some people feel like their videos lack substance and that they're only being rewarded because they look a certain way. And that right there is where the TikTok pretty privilege conversation really shows up. It's not about whether the sisters are talented or not. It's about how social media often puts appearance above originality, and how that makes it way harder for creators who don't fit the mold to get noticed. Leah Houghton is another big example.
George Zoo, hey my love, still thinking about you the last couple of days where you left me crippled, missed you. I don't know what the fuck she talking about. Welcome to the stream though. Don't know who that is or what they talking about, man.
Example, she perfectly shows how beauty standards drive social media success. She fits the classic Western beauty ideals: glowing skin, symmetrical features, full lips, and that soft glam makeup style that's all about looking flawless and youthful. Leah's videos are often super simple, just like posing or moving gently to trending music, but they go viral all the time. And that's because TikTok's algorithm loves faces like hers, even if the videos don't have much story or educational value. And I can't believe the video got 1 billion views for that. And that right there has sparked
got a billion views? The fuck did she do? She lip synced and got 1 billion views? Jesus. That's like that Bella Porsche girl. Y'all remember Bella Porsche? What happened to Bella Porsche? I remember she was going crazy. That was back in my TikTok days. She was like one of the top creators. She's still going stupid? She's still getting money? Man. Hey man, like I said, bro, get it how you get it. I ain't gonna lie. If all I had to do was shake my head and fucking sing along to some words to make millions of dollars, I'd do it too, bro. I do it too. She does OF. Don't tell me Bella Porsche does OF. Bella Porsche does OF now, gang? Oh, how the mighty have fallen. Shit.
1 billion views for that. And that right there has sparked some debates about TikTok, and it's crazy.
She's still making money though. Because I know for sure Bella Porsche, she dropped her OF, she probably, shit.
Bias, how it favors creators who are just pretty even when they're not making—
Should I start an OF chat? Y'all gonna subscribe? Y'all gonna subscribe to my shit? How many of y'all gonna subscribe? Be honest. No? Nobody subscribing to me? Just stick to what I do? You old fart fuck no? Juke said she would. That's one. What should I price my shit? If I was gonna start it, what should I price my shit at? I'm not a gooner. I'm not gonna post no gooner shit, bro. I'm gonna just post I'm gonna post motivational speeches and shit. I really should just put it on Patreon, but I'm gonna troll and put it on OF. Instead of making a Patreon, I'm gonna make an OF, y'all. Y'all gonna subscribe? I'm gonna make that bitch $10.99.
In the most original or meaningful content, while other creators spend hours writing sketches, making tutorials, or telling stories, Leah's videos ride almost entirely on her looks and vibe. And Leah isn't just lucky, she benefits from this so-called pretty privilege. The algorithm literally rewards her because her face grabs attention fast. And it's not just about her effort or creativity, but this bigger system bias built into digital culture. And it's so wild to think how much of success on TikTok depends on these hidden biases.
There's such a big difference between TikTok pretty and normal pretty, and I'm really worried for the young girls growing up in this digital age and how that's gonna affect their self-esteem. Because I am a grown-ass woman and it still affects my self-esteem. So this is what I would call TikTok pretty. This is what
it's all good, yellow.
I look like when I post TikTok videos, because this is what people like. This is like how videos get views when I look like this. And then this is what I actually look like. So this filter is just makeup. So if I wear makeup, this is what I look like. I don't look like the prior when I wear makeup.
Wait, I zoned out. Let me see the before and after.
Like, this is like how videos get views when I look like this. And then this is what I actually look like. So
it's not too bad though. Shout out to Lil Shorty, man. That's not a too bad before and after. We done seen some crazy before and afters with the filters, gang. We done seen some motherfuckers be like, oh, you look like a whole different person. Goddamn motherfucking filter was goddamn plastic surgery.
Weirdo.
So this filter is just makeup. So if I wear makeup, this is what I look like. I don't look like the prior when I wear makeup.
What's good, Blood Wolf? What
up?
The
prior is just a filter to make me look TikTok pretty. And I'm pretty confident with how I look in real life. But I can't get myself to post a video like this because people on TikTok don't find this like, this isn't TikTok pretty, so it's not gonna get views if I post a video looking like this.
And one big issue with the rise of super polished, conventionally attractive creators like the Caligari sisters or Leah Holton is that it creates a kind of bottleneck on TikTok's discovery system, because the algorithm tends to favor faces and aesthetics that fit this narrow beauty standard, and it also pushes these creators to the top over and over again. But what does that really mean for everyone else? Like, imagine for a second yourself spending hours crafting clever skits, teaching cool skills, or sharing unique stories, but still getting lost in the sea of videos because the algorithm keeps pushing those flawless faces front and
again, this is just, I'm sure this is true. I'm not gonna sit here and say that's not true, but I really challenge y'all not to adopt this mentality, bro. Because the moment you start promoting a mentality to yourself that it's not within your control, like, oh, the reason I'm not successful is because everybody else just looks so much better than me and they're promoting everybody else, so I'm like, I'm never gonna get a chance. The reason that is a terrible mindset, because if that were 100% facts, like you really never had a chance, then you might as well just fucking give up. Because everything is rigged. You can only get lucky. And that is pretty much promoting and saying that everybody that is successful and has a career in anything, they just got lucky. They didn't have to work for it. You know what I'm saying? While some people did get lucky and didn't have to work for it, we can't sit here and stop ourselves from trying to do what we want to do because of what other people got going on. You have to remain in control. You have to accept that there's just certain things in this life that ain't got nothing to do with you. So what they got a handout? So what they fucking are prettier or more handsome than you? It doesn't matter. Who cares? You just got to lock in and figure out your own way.
Center. That's not just frustrating, it's actually quite discouraging, and it can make creators feel invisible.
You have to believe the opportunities are abundant. Exactly. Thank you so much for that, Lauro. An abundant mindset. You got to believe in yourself. You got to put the work in, and you have to have an abundant mindset. Understand that you are worthy. Understand that you are capable. That's the only thing that you need to be thinking about every day. Go get it.
And quite undervalued. And I know that some people...
And I ain't gonna lie, sorry for the triple pause in a row, but it's like, I just am so passionate about this shit because that was something that I used to struggle with even on my grind. I had to realize that a negative mindset, the more you focus on negative shit, the more negative shit happens to you, bro. The more you be thinking to yourself like, yo, what about this? What's not gonna work out? And then one day my aunt told me something that stuck with me forever. You're always thinking about what if shit's not gonna work out? What if you spent even half of the time you think about worrying about shit and it not working out and started focusing on what if it did work out? And it like changed my perspective, bro, because bro, I feel like so many of us, when we are dealing with shit, all we think about is the negative outcomes. All we think about is why everything is not gonna work. Oh, I shouldn't do it because of this. I shouldn't do it because of that. I shouldn't do. And it's like almost never you're like, I should probably do it because of this, and this though. You know what I'm saying? We just are so brainwashed into thinking about the negative outcomes. But once you start changing your mind and focusing on the positive outcomes, you'll start to realize that there was a reason that you wanted to do it in the first place. There's pros to this shit. So just go get it. Focus on the positive. Come on.
At this point, might be asking why this matters even. You know, it's not just unfair for individual creators, it also hurts TikTok as a platform. When the algorithm favors one kind of creator over the other, it reduces the variety of content we see. Social media should be the place where anyone can find an audience, no matter their background or appearance. Okay, now let's talk about something that comes up every single time someone speaks about pretty privilege, the gaslighting response, and honestly, it drives me crazy. Gaslighting is basically when someone tries to make you question your own reality or experiences.
I decided I'm gonna start gaslighting you.
You're gonna start gaslighting me?
That's not what I said.
You literally just said
you're being dramatic.
But in the context of pretty privilege, it usually sounds like this.
That was so cringe.
You're just jealous. It's not that deep. Everyone struggles. Just work harder. Maybe you're just bitter because you're not pretty. Like, what? Instead of acknowledging the real systemic bias people face for not fitting the beauty standards, the conversation just gets turned around to make you feel like you're the one who has the problem for ever noticing it in the first place. And this is where it gets really dangerous because it makes people feel like crazy or petty for pointing out.
I mean, I guess like we can have the conversation. I'm not mad at the conversation, but again, anytime I'm around somebody and I start noticing they just a complaining ass person, just like instead of getting to the fucking solution and problem solving, they just complaining about what they don't got and what they don't have. It's like, bro, just watch out. I don't want to talk to you. You are draining my energy in the worst way. Like, I don't want to talk to people that only have, you know, that literally only have negative things to say. Like, bruh, I'm trying to win. Okay? I'm a win by any means necessary type of nigga. We don't got time for the fucking, well, they have this and they have that. Like, I don't give a fuck.
Obvious patterns. If someone shares how differently they were treated before and after the glow up, or how their content gets ignored because they don't look the part, the gaslight response is basically saying, that's not real, you're just insecure. It totally derails the conversation and invalidates experiences that are backed up by actual trends, actual data, and thousands of similar stories. And here's the truth. The gaslight response doesn't happen because people don't understand what pretty privilege is. It happens because they're uncomfortable enough.
W45 stream for my dog Blood Wolf, man.
Berto?
Big Blood Wolf in the chat. Yes, sir.
Acknowledging it. It threatens this idea that social media is a meritocracy or that we all have equal opportunities if we just try hard enough. But the truth is, some people can post 3-second videos blinking at the camera and go viral, while others are pouring hours into creative edits and barely get seen. But when you say, hey, maybe this has something to do with the way I look, and people immediately shut you down, it's not a fair debate. And it silences real conversations we actually need to have. When kindness is conditional. Okay, so I'm gonna pause for a second and show you what I actually mean when I say that kindness can be totally conditional. Like, this isn't just a theory that I came up with, it's actually real and it shows up all the time on TikTok. I came across some videos where creators did transformations or glow-ups, and honestly the difference in how people treat them before and after is kind of wild. So I'm gonna react to a few right now and we'll break down what's actually happening.
Get ready with me while I talk about how my life changed after glowing up. Here are the credentials. First, almost everyone treats you better. This includes like workers, professionals, friends, basically everyone. People seem to be like more interested in what you say too in content.
I mean, bro, this is just basic shit though. You know, not to sound insensitive, but like, looks matter, but it's not the end all be all. If you don't know somebody and you meet them for the first time, the only thing you have to judge them off of is their looks. So if that person is more attractive to you, more presentable to you, yes, you're going to feel more comfortable around them. Yes, you're going to feel, you know, a little bit more like willing to speak to them and do whatever the fuck. But the moment that person opens their mouth and shows you that they're a piece of shit, an asshole, or a good person, respectful human being, that's where the tides kind of shift. Whether it's a lack of confidence, whether you have a lot of confidence, whether you lack social skills, or you are a social butterfly, like all of these things matter. You know what I'm saying? And whether you are attractive or not is just pretty much a good head start or a slight step back. But again, it varies, bro. It varies. And it's going to vary from person to person and, you know, whether you mesh with these people or not. So again, y'all, that's why I always strive to tell you, like, don't be afraid to be the best version of yourself like when you're presenting yourself to people. Like, you should get up out the house and put on a decent fit every day. And that doesn't mean you need to be on some model fashion shit every time, but just step out the house feeling and looking presentable, because you look good, you're going to feel good, you're going to perform better. The more you look in the mirror and you're like, I feel cozy, I feel good, I feel comfortable, the better chance you have at performing when you're talking to people. So it's like, these are just little small things that you need to just implement into your life regardless, bro. There's really should never be no reason why you stepping outside your house and you ain't even brush your teeth or wipe the crust out your eyes. Like, goddamn, again, I'm not saying every time you step out you need to goddamn put the flyest fit on, but even just a gray sweatpants and a white tee, there's a way to do it, and then there's a way to be like, you look bummy, you know?
As to before, where you're kind of just more invisible. Second is that when you're attractive, it's more acceptable to be weird. So like if you're attractive and weird, you kind of just seem more as quirky, but if you're less attractive and you're weird, you're just seen as more strange.
And this is the perfect example of how society, and especially social media, gives more kindness, more attention, and even basic respect if you meet certain beauty standards.
I hate to break it to y'all, but whether you are pretty or ugly in this world, it decides how you are treated. I've spoken about this before, and I'm gonna do it again because it's like some people don't understand that being considered ugly or like fat and so on really, really, really decides whether or not you're treated good or bad in a lot of situations. Why is the world built like this? I couldn't freaking tell you who decided that how you look depends on who gets treated like.
Berto be speaking, but why he always got a homeless fit on? Hey man, nah, we not about to do that. I got that shit on, man. Big cozy fit. I'm calm. I'm chilling. I'm in the crib. I'm in the crib with it. I'm at home. But I'm on my cozy shit, big calm shit, man. Stop playing with me. Nigga, you wish you could dress like me. Don't let me turn the rest of this reaction into a goddamn fashion show. I'll go put 10 different fits on right now and flex on your asses. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. We can do that. Spare yourselves. Come on, man. I really go put that shit on y'all real quick. Y'all ever seen a groom video? You know how the hoes be? They be popping out wearing different outfits and doing 360s and shit. We could do that mid-vid. Y'all gonna be mad as fuck. Groom with Berto. Stop playing. Don't you ever play with the fits.
Asshole and who doesn't, and who decided who looks bad enough to get treated like asshole and who doesn't. But what I can tell you is pretty privilege.
Shoes on the floor though. You know, I ain't gonna lie, that's something that just never really like stuck. I know like a lot of people, that's like a rule in their house, but my parents never really cared about that. Like no shoes in the house. So me personally, I don't really give a fuck about that shit. You know, and I vacuum and clean very often. I have a cleaning lady that comes every week. And mops my floors and shit. So like, I don't know. I don't really give a fuck about the shoes in the house thing. But, you know, when I walk into other people's house, I definitely respect that. But I hear you. That's not the first time I've heard that.
definitely exists.
And this is actually so real. You can feel this frustration in the voice. People treat you like you're invisible. And it makes you wonder, where are they even seeing you as a real person in the first place? And it's not just compliments, it's like job offers, networking, or even just people being nicer. And this is the part that messes with your head. Like, is kindness really about character? Or is it just about looking the part? So yeah, these videos are funny, frustrating, and honestly a little bit depressing.
Omar,
they show
what up?
that pretty privilege isn't just about getting free stuff. It's about how people decide who deserves kindness, respect, and even basic human decency. And if that's something we're teaching ourselves and younger users through content like this, that your value goes up only when you look a certain way, that's a big problem. I don't think people were evil for doing this. I think they were just gotten so used to it, and we just forget to question it.
W video, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this one. Definitely a good conversation. But at the end of the day, I said my piece, man. Y'all just work on your confidence and understand that your personality ultimately is what's going to seal the deal. Your looks might get you through the door, sure. But if you a piece of shit, nobody's going to want to be around you. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. My name's Berto. Where you at, Berto? Join the Where You At family. Link to that is in the description. You know you want to be on the Twitch streams. We live streaming reactions every single day. So I want to see y'all there. Come on. I'm going.
Where you at, Berto?
I made this shit look sweet.